Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios, once again with another episode of the Saltmarsh vlog. In this week's episode, we, didn't really go moving on forward with the main plot because the sister of the rogues and the monk Felix were both unable to play today, and everyone was kind of in a mutual agreement that we would rather everyone was in attendance to move the plot forward on something that important. So instead, we decided to have a side quest day. And what better way to kick off a side quest day than to have an adventure in the Underdark? So, the Dwarven Mining Company, I saw in Saltmarsh, some of the problems that can come up for them is something attacked from the Underdark. It's very vague about it, so I decided, well, Drow live in the Underdark. Drow are cool. Drow speak Undercommon. So, and one of my players speaks Undercommon, so it's kind of a cool little nod to them. So that's what happens. They hear word from the Dwarven mine that the Underdark has they accidentally broke a hole that led to an Underdark tunnel, and Drow came in, they kidnapped some dwarves, they left. Naturally, the players are concerned by this, and they decide to go investigate. They get closer into the Underdark, they start hearing voices up ahead, they move towards the voices, and a diplomatic approach is very much attempted. There is one Drow priestess and her two Drow elite guards. This would be a moderately easy fight for a team of level 7 such as themselves. Or are they level 8 right now? I should probably ask them. Regardless, this was going to be an easy fight if it became a fight, because this is just a side quest mission. However, the diplomatic approach was brought to an end very abruptly, as Zorp, the new paladin, remembered something, or I should say, saw the face of the Drow priestess. You see, the player of Zorp, this is the same player who wrote a last will and testament to his last player, he gives a very detailed backstory. Because of that, I like to indulge and play with that backstory myself. Zorp was a little plasmoid who reached maturity at the age of 1, as all plasmoids do, but when he just reached the human equivalent of 18 years old, he got kidnapped. But not just Zorp. Zorp got kidnapped, stuffed into jars alongside his entire family. However, from his imprisonment, Zorp was able to see every single person who purchased the individual members of his family, and Zorp has a fantastic memory. This Drow priestess happens to be one of them. So obviously, Zorp flies into a fit of rage. He pulls out his lightsaber because he has a sunblade. It actually makes a lot of sense to give Zorp a sunblade since his people are from space, so it's pretty funny. But what I didn't realize, which I should have when I gave it to him, the sunblade emits sunlight in the Underdark against Drow. So a fight that I thought was going to be moderately easy just got way easier. Zorp demands to know where his family is. Like, who did you take? Where are they? And as he mentions that, the priestess looks right at her staff, which is made of glass and has a flowing liquid inside of it. So initiative is rolled, everybody starts fighting, and eventually the priestess is defeated. She is killed. One of the guards is killed. The other one, however, allowed them to leave. Not, I shouldn't say he allowed them to leave. They allowed him to leave. And they allowed him to leave with his life under the condition that that hole needs to be plugged up. If that hole gets plugged up, then I'll tell you where the dwarves are. There's no guards in front of them. We just kind of left them in a cage. We were going to take care of them later. So the players take that, they save the dwarves, they get the key, they plug up the hole, everything's hunky-dory, just in time for the players to go meet up with the council and learn about their next official Saltmarsh adventure. So the takeaway from this, Zorp's backstory has like 12 family members that have all been taken away. I actually worked with him on it and asked if one of the family members could have been taken by Calcifer. Very easy way to get Zorp into the story, just having him like, oh, that guy's got my family. Yeah, I'll help you guys kill him. So very easy to like add him in with that. But now I have basically, you know how like when you don't want to cook dinner, so you have like 15 frozen meals just waiting to be thawed out and then eaten. That is basically Zorp's backstory for me now. I have this lovely set of just 10 different enemies that can just happen to show up in the Saltmarsh area, and the players can go after them even if Zorp isn't available. If in the event that Zorp tells them, oh, I guess I don't even need to do that, because they know Zorp has missing family members now, but I don't actually have to tell them who has who, because they just happen upon them in a side quest. They find a jar with liquid, they open it up, and a plasmoid comes out. They're gonna know it's Zorp's family, because in the Sword Coast canon, it's not like plasmoids are everywhere. So, but yeah, so I've got my 12 recipes. He already gave me the monsters, the names, the creatures. I think one of them is an adult red dragon, so depending on how long the campaign goes, this might actually become the main quest should something happen to Granny Nightshade and Calcifer. But that's pretty much all that happened. So players, always give your DMs as much backstory as you can. I don't mean write them an entire book and expect them to read it, but if you give them one page, just one page, you wrote essays in high school, you wrote essays in grade school, you can do one double-spaced page of backstory. But it gives your DM something to work with in order to help them flesh out a world in a way that will make your character care. That being said, I think Zorp is officially a part of the party now. He is against slavery, the other players are willing to help him save his family, and hopefully get some sweet loot along the way. And that's pretty much all that happened in this session. It was just a side quest because a couple of party members couldn't make it. So we'll see how things go in the next episode. I have some things that I want to try and implement as far as boat mechanics to try and make it a little more interesting. This is a sea-based adventure they're about to go on. But that's pretty much it in terms of what happened in today's session, because we had a couple players missing, so we just kind of side quested it. Starting in this upcoming session, I'm hoping everybody's there so that we're able to start moving forward with the Council's next request. But hey, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.